Welcome to my secret cuisine. Today we're here to make bread pudding, which is budin de pan. Here are all the ingredients to create the bread pudding. 10 slices of bread. I use whole grain bread. You can use the bread you like. 1 can of carnation sweetened milk. 1 can of carnation evaporated milk. 1 cup of milk. 3 eggs. 2 to 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of rum, this is optional, half cup of walnuts, half cup of raisins, 1/3 cup of cranberry, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, lemon or lime just to use the skin for flavor. I also have brown sugar. This is to create a caramel on the mold. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to break the bread. We're going to break this bread in small pieces. So once we have all the bread cut into pieces, the first thing I'm going to add is the milk. Then I'm going to add the evaporated milk. And I'm going to use a potato smasher. You can use these. I'm going to pour in the eggs. I'm breaking the bread even smaller, making sure everything gets blended. Now I'm going to add the condensed milk. You can save a little bit of this condensed milk if you would like to decorate it later. Now I'm going to be adding the lemon or lime. I use lime skin. This is baking powder. Just a little pinch. If you don't have it, that's okay. It's not going to make a difference. Pinch of salt. I'm going to add the rum, which is optional, the vanilla extract, the raisins, cranberry, and walnuts. I have made this bread pudding my own because I add walnuts. I think it's really good with the walnuts. So we have all the ingredients here. We're gonna set this on the side because now I'm gonna teach you how to do a caramel on the mold. I'm going to preheat the oven at 350. And I'm also gonna turn on the stove to start my caramel on the mold that I'm going to do, the bread pudding. So you're going to put the half of a cup of sugar, and I use the brown sugar, but you can also make it with the white sugar. You're going to pour half a cup of water. I have the heat on medium. If by any chance on your container it's getting burned, what you do, you just reduce the heat. If you don't want to go and do this process of the melting the sugar and doing the caramel, you can just pour your bread pudding preparation into any bowl that goes in the oven and separate it with maybe butter or oil. Maybe a couple more minutes. I'm gonna shut off the heat. And I'm also gonna grab the container because you need to make sure that all the parts of the container has the caramel. So when you're ready to remove your pie, it separates. I'm going to put some also in this section here. Make sure that all the surfaces are covered with the caramel. Because as the caramel cools down, it gets better and better on the surfaces. Make sure you don't burn yourself with the caramel. This is looking really good. This is what you want to have. Everything covered, so you don't have a problem when you turn it down. Okay, we're done with this. And I will be pouring the bread pudding mixture. I will be placing the bread pudding in the oven, in the middle rack. It's been 15 minutes, so I'm going to check by introducing a knife, and it's coming out clean, so it's almost done. I'm going to keep it in another 5 to 8 minutes. So after 5 minutes, I'll be back and check one more time. I had taken the bread pudding out of the oven because it is completed. It took me 30 minutes with my oven. Oven varies, so it's important that you check after your 15 minutes of being in the oven, and then after that come back every 5 minutes and also check on your bread pudding. I'm gonna let it cool off before we flip it over into a plate. Now that the bread pudding has cooled off, I'm going to use a knife and separate the outside and also this here if you're using this mold before I turn it over. And let's see what I got. And this is optional. I will put a little bit of that carnation sweetened milk. Oh, this is looking so delicious. Delicioso, like my granddaughter will say. Why not? Overdo it with this. This is so good. Now I'm going to add some berries. We'll do the blueberries and also the strawberries, just for decoration. This is a nice presentation of the bread pudding. Here's the budin de pan. I will be cutting a piece so you can see how it looks. Thank you for watching us today. Don't forget to subscribe and also check us in Facebook.